All right, welcome back to the Man Cave. I'm your host, Black Iris. Good to see you guys all again today. We got a little video here today from the No Fugeezies podcast. Plus size girl is upset and gets humbled by the guys telling her that she is not as qualified as she thinks she is for a high value man. Let's get to it.
And Shorty, who is on the end, is mumbling and she is very prudish. Okay? Any
I think
response?
he's probably talking to me.
Yeah.
I'm not prudish. All right, you can say whatever. Think what you want about me.
Okay.
Doesn't really make a difference. I've said, obviously, you guys have made your point that you think I'm a prude, but a lot of people do think it's very respectable to have saved yourself for this long. So, I think,
I would
and it's
say-
not like it's not like, I'm disgusting. I don't think I'm disgusting looking. So,
I would say this about, let's just grant it to you. Let's say that it's real, that you truly are a virgin, right? I would say that
I'm sorry.
for you being a virgin,
I wish I could prove it to you.
I got you. Look, I'll say this because you said that it's respectable. I would say this. For you being a virgin and having sexual temperance, that is very respectable.
It is. I agree.
But the fact that you're 34 years old and you're still a virgin and you're unmarried, and you haven't found anyone to commit to you and someone that you want the committance from, that isn't respectable. Because the reason why it's not respectable is because you only got what 80% of your eggs are already gone. Gone. So you say that you holding on to your value, but your value, and you are holding on it from a sexual standpoint. Yes, you're a virgin. No one clap cheeks. That's good, right? I'm not I'm not trying to promote for you to be having your cheeks clapped. No, keep it unclapped. No applause, right? Keep it unclapped. But the not respectable part is that you should have found the man, and you should be, and you believe in, you're Catholic, as you said. You know that you're put on this planet to procreate and to be by a man's side, and you know that a woman's place is by a man's side. You know these things.
Why are you pretending like I'm unmarried by choice?
So you're saying that you're unmarried not by choice?
Yeah, I would love more than anything to have already been married and have 5 kids.
Gotcha.
So then it gets back to what I always like asking. You're in your 30s and you're not married. No children. There's something wrong going on. Men have a problem finding a woman who they can be with. If they don't check off a lot of boxes, those men are not going to get picked. For a woman, even for her, 'cause she's a cute girl. She's a very attractive woman. But what bothers me is that at that age, you haven't found one guy. Now, you can be like the chicks on TikTok talking about how these men are trash, this, that, and the third, because we've gone through that in many videos many, many years ago. Most of those women choose crappy men. So we're not going to talk about that. What I have a concern with is you haven't found one. There are guys out there that would take you and would have married you and put several kids in you. There's something off that you're doing that is causing these men that you do want to be with to not be with you. So that's something that you just have to, it's at this point, it kind of is by choice. Women have the choice to say if I want someone in my life or not. So you have to question your choices in life, and are you finding the right people? Are you engaging in the right people? Are you looking for people on your level?
Well, that's the thing. So something must be missing. So
I don't know. I don't think it's me.
and it kind
Of
of
course
goes
it's
like
never
this.
you.
Here's some game, right? Because I like to give ladies game when these conversations get a little bit touchy-feely, right? So you're picky.
Automatically
Granted,
says
I
it's
know
not
you're
her.
picky. Obviously, you don't want guys that's 5'8". You're talking about his
Okay,
height.
I'm
So
a little
therefore,
picky, a little bit, not that picky, because if you
That
said my
is
ex,
A little
you'd be
bit
like, I don't
is an
get it.
understatement.
but
All right.
I know that you're picky because you haven't had sex yet, which is good. That means that your morals is high. You have great qualities about your character. You got kudos to you, right? And I have an aunt. She's gonna die a virgin. She's like 68 or something like that.
That's gonna be you.
Yeah. Probably will, but hopefully not, right? Hopefully you can find a man. So
Who is
here's
this
some
guy?
games to you, right? So women, what they do is they advertise themselves to attract qualified mates to them, right? So the fact that you didn't meet, the fact that you want a relationship and you want marriage with a man, but you haven't found a man that you would want a relationship from, means that you're not attracting the men that you truly want and desire. Make
Sure, you
sense?
could say that, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm saying that you want to look at it from that standpoint because men pitch themselves. For example, Ease, let's say hypothetical, let's say if he's having a problem getting girls, well, I'm saying like, okay, you need to work on your approach since men are the ones that slide in DMs. Men are the ones that normally approach women and walk up to them. Well, maybe you need to work on your confidence, get in the gym and accomplish some goals so you can become more confident and more competent and everything can just work better for you. Because since you have to approach girls, he needs to work on himself. We would all say that, right? If he
Yep.
Sure.
if he couldn't attract girls,
Yeah, sure.
we got to say the same thing if the woman can't advertise herself in a way to attract the men that she wants. So that means that you got to work on self, right?
So what would you suggest?
One first suggestion, like what she does, she said that she's a bodybuilder, she's always in the gym. First thing, you got to get in the gym
Yep.
because from a man's point of view, beauty is your most valuable
I
agency.
will say attractiveness
when it comes-
is not my problem.
Well, I'll tell you. I'll truthfully tell you.
Can I?
Sure, go ahead.
I know what you're saying about
Yeah.
the gym because, like, you know, men want a woman that will want to keep themselves clean, keep themselves healthy, you know,
Uh-huh.
want to work on themselves.
Yeah.
I just want to say that.
Being
Wait, that's all you had?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
you
just
saying
wanted to say
So, and this is what I'm
the
saying.
the
Go
part
ahead.
about being attractive is just not. That's not my issue.
I'm not saying
So
that.
what's your issue?
Well, I'm just saying that I, I've never had a problem with, someone telling me, well, if you looked this way, then I would be more attracted to you.
I'm not saying that. I'll break it down in a way where you could truly understand. Let's just speak about men first, right? So men, we are born without any sexual. We're not born with any sexual value. We have zero sexual value when we're born. Just like she said, she broke up with her guy because he was maybe cute, but he was inadequate. He didn't have any motivation or ambition, so he wasn't really making money. He had none of that manly, oomph in him. So she was like, I got rid of him.
He was 15.
But they started when they were young, but it
Yeah, I
ended
was-
when I was 18 or 17.
I was 18. He was
17.
16, turning 17.
Super young. So
Yeah.
even at that super young age, women still
They
look
know,
for certain
right.
things. They know it's embedded in you. It's in your nature. You want a man that's doing better than you, like the 4 things we said. So since a man is born without any sexual value, he has to go out there and create his sexual value. It's up to a woman. She's born with her sexual value. It's up to her to preserve her sexual value. Now, you preserved your sexual value as far as not having sex. But as far as preserving your sexual value, as far as what are men attracted to sexually, well, we're attracted to women that are fully in shape. We like the Coke figure, small waist, wide hips, or if it ain't small waist, if it ain't wide hips, it's just like some type of curvature there, but it needs to be thin and healthy. That's what men are generally attracted to.
Just look at Instagram. All the women that get the most attention are the ones that have the curvaceous bodies. Either you're very well built and muscular, like I like a muscular woman, and I do like a plus size one. And then you have the women that have the in-betweens with their slim waist and the giant hips and butt, big thighs, and they got surgery. You can always tell because they tattoo right around the area where they got the surgery on the stomach. Those women get the most attention, especially white women with big butts, whether they have it from just being blessed or from BBLs, etc., etc. They will get 80,000 likes when they post it. It's the proof is in the pudding. They tell you exactly what they're attracted to. They may settle for the less, but they're attracted to those things. Even if it's toxic, men are just gonna go by vision. It is what it is. We're creatures of nature.
Supermodels,
habit.
thinner women, they get more options. More thicker women, they get less options. And you got to think about it. The thicker the woman is, she's getting less options. Well, why is she getting less options though, too?
I think this is. You're trying to say that a person. It's not completely just based on an initial attraction. or the I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that, because a lot of it is based on initial attraction, because
She knows
I
it
can
is.
walk into a room and I can walk on a I can be on a date with somebody, and if I not attracted to them when I first look at the way they walk or their hands or the way that they walk into a room, my opinion's probably not going to change.
I got you. And I'm
So,
also saying
but-
this though.
But
Go ahead,
I just
finish.
wanted to finish my point.
Sure.
But it's like I get what you're saying to a
Mhm.
certain degree, but also you can't put all your eggs in that basket, because that's not really
That's
not,
the only basket you have.
I want you to understand, before I let him finish, I want you to understand how she's trying to navigate around this. She knows exactly what he explained it to her as specific and easy as he could. She's trying to like change the game and tell men, well, it's not that, but I don't know how to just say you should be able to just she can't just say fat is still good. You need yours and find a way to shame into it. She's trying to navigate a way around it to make it seem like looks aren't that important. And that's going to be BS, because you can blow up in her face, because I guarantee you turn men down because their looks didn't match up to what you wanted. You're extremely picky. You're 30 and you have no sexual partners and you're not even married, or you haven't even worked on your first kid yet. That's a problem. She knows what the problem is, and you can tell she's deflecting as hard as possible because she doesn't want to face reality.
yes, but I've
But yeah,
gone on a
well,
lot
let me
of
repeat
dates,
that again.
all
Look,
right?
so look,
It's not the only basket I have.
I'll repeat it again.
Clearly it is.
It truly
not.
is. Look,
It's the only basket
'cause
that
No,
matters
it's
to
not,
men.
because I can
Then why aren't you married?
confidently tell you
like he just said, real quick,
That's-
just listen real quick. I'll say it one more time concisely. It's the only box. It's the only box that matters. That's the only basket that matters.
I don't mean to cut you off. I'm going to tell you right now. Back in the day, I've said this plenty of times before. Fat women back in the day didn't have the looks that the slimmer women have. So they did extra things to make themselves to somewhat at the same level. Whether they had a bottomless throat, they were a great personality, etc., etc. They had to do other things to make up for their weight. Nowadays, we blurred the line, and we have simps that make them feel like they're supermodels. And then you have women like this that think they have options. And she may have options to average Joes, but she doesn't want an average Joe. You're telling me not one average Joe that she went out with was that she would actually take, or are they just all ignoring her? No, she's turning them down because she wants the giga chat. She wants a giga chat. She wants the perfect man, and she's not perfect. Cute, but not perfect.
The men. So men, we have a lot of boxes that we can elevate in, because women are attracted to a multitude of things. You like him tall, strong, masculine, dominant, assertive. You like him good looking, smelling good,
Dress nice.
being able to convey himself and hold the conversation and make you feel the vibes. So
Very
a man
important.
can, if he's not doesn't meet the height requirement, well, he can elevate by going to the gym, getting a better physical structure. He can elevate by talking to more girls and building up that confidence and
Why is this guy
learning
folding his
ways
arms?
to convey himself to a woman to make her feel all bubbly and giggly. So he can elevate on different levels. But that's because women are complex creatures, because they're attracted to so many things, which means that we can upgrade on many different things. But what are men attracted to?
Looks.
Only your looks. Only your looks. So that means that that's your only basket. That's the only elevation. You probably never heard the truth, but this podcast no fugazi, so we got to keep it real. So I'm telling you, please just take it. I'm
Look at
telling
her
you
face.
this. If you work on that, you will attract more mates. Now, it may not, of course, there's going to be more mates, and it may be guys that you really don't want, but still it's going to be more. You'll have different guys to then choose from, and it may be the guy of your dreams.
I can't get on that train, because you're
Well, if
See?
you don't want to get on that train, I'm not
Buy a
telling you
dog and die
anything.
alone.
Yes,
You look fine. You're 34 years old. You're light skinned. You got long hair. I'm sure guys are attracted to you physically. But I'm
But
telling
you
you,
didn't wanna
but
marry
that's the
you, though.
only thing you can elevate. That's the only thing you can elevate.
Give me a second.
Oh,
That's okay.
do you want a hug? I
Take
give
your time. It's fine.
Free hugs.
No, he's basically just telling me that.
In a man's eyes,
You're
your
basically
value is
just telling
tied
me
to your
that
beauty.
I have no value because I'm not her size.
No,
I
he's
didn't
not
tell you
saying
that.
that.
Yeah,
No.
that is exactly what you're saying.
I
That's
didn't.
Exactly.
No, he's not saying it, but that's 100%. He can't just tell you flat out. he's got people to answer for. He's got to be as polite about it as possible, because you can't tell a woman, especially an obese woman, the truth that you're not as attractive as a petite woman. The two petite women who are literally right next to you. That's the truth. You're too fat, not for the earth, but you're just too fat for the guys you're aiming for. You just don't want to accept the fact that you're too fat. Again, not you're not attractive, but the dudes who have options, why would they choose a fat body? The same way, you have fat women that don't want to be with fat men. So why do you think that these men who have options want to choose you? You need to be told the truth. Women need to be told the truth. They need to be humbled, broken down, restructured, built up, then broken back down again so they understand their place. Just like a man had to learn. Oh, you thought I was just going to make this about hating on women? No. Men get broken down all the time. Same thing goes for you. If you ain't up to par, you get nothing, just like a man does. The only difference is you were told no matter what happens, you're fine, honey. You girl. You got the bag, girl. You got to live in reality. Those men are not going to choose you. No matter how many times you have TikTok proving that point, you still come out here complaining about the same thing, girl. You too fat for these men. Just lose the weight and shut up. Or buy a dog and die alone.
What you're saying, because you're trying to say that I can't attract the right man because I'm not small enough.
No.
That's BS. You can't attract the men you want. There have been plenty of men that I guarantee you turned down. She admitted that. She turned them down for any little thing. She said, for this thing or that thing, I just turned them down because they didn't check any of your boxes. But for Giga Chad, you weren't going to do any of that, but they don't give you the time of day. See, it don't feel good when you try to talk down to somebody and then realize there are other people that you want talk down to you or just don't talk to you at all. Live with it.
He's saying what he's saying.
That's exactly what he's saying.
He's saying.
I could tell her what I'm saying.
without-
Let me just tell you.
What you said.
Let me just tell you what I'm saying.
I would let her explain it from
My
her point
looks
of
are
view.
everything, right? So they're the only thing that matters, right?
That isn't what I said.
They're
See
the
how
thing
she's
that matters
he said at first. Look at
first
this.
and foremost.
See, she's
That
mad.
isn't what I said.
For men. Right.
But
That's
that
right.
isn't. I'm speaking specifically to a certain thing, right? So I said that women advertise themselves. Women don't normally walk up to men, lots of men, and approach them. You don't walk up to every guy you see that's attractive and approach them. The man, and not only that, you would respect it more if a man would approach you. So men approach and women advertise themselves. So from that standpoint, since you're not meeting certain guys, right? So let me finish. Since you're not attracting certain guys that meets your qualifications, that you would want to even have them guys get down on one knee to marry you, if you're not meeting those guys, that means that you need to change something about yourself. That's what I'm saying.
Right. So the one thing that I need to change, you're saying, is just to lose weight.
That's a
The
start.
one thing you need to change is to lose weight and to get in the gym, and you will become more attractive to more men.
It's
But why do I
It's
need to
based off of beauty.
But that's never been an
Yeah,
issue for
but
me.
big is still beautiful.
But
I've
what
never
I'm telling
See
you,
the
it
problem?
is.
Not for a lot of
this is
that.
this is
I
this is
don't, I don't want a man who's only going to judge me based on my size.
That's the
Can
way.
I-
That's
can
how
I-
it is. That's
can
how
I-
it is.
can I say
We don't want a
something?
man. Look, we don't look. You just called him short. We don't want a woman that's only gonna base us based off our height. I'm 6'4", he's 5'8". But you
But
said
I
that
didn't-
he's
I didn't-
disqualified
but I
because he's
didn't- but I
5'8".
didn't judge his character.
But okay, but you judge his height and he doesn't qualify for you.
Okay, but that's not saying.
And we're saying, but
that's-
look, time out. The same way he doesn't qualify for you, with your figure, a lot of guys you won't qualify for. And that's what you have to realize.
But me as a person, I'm not going to qualify for a lot of guys because that's life.
you as
Can-
a
can I
person,
say
you're
something?
great. You're.
You don't even
let's
know
just
me.
say you're
Yeah,
a
I can
virgin.
say
No, let's
something
just say
too.
you're a virgin.
And
Let's
all
just
you've
grant
done
it
is
to
just call
you.
me names.
No, we didn't call you any names.
See
I
how
didn't call
she's
you
trying to
any
victim
names.
blame
No,
sleep?
can I
I didn't call you any names. And real quick, you as a person, you have. Let's just say you're a virgin. Let's say I believe it. You have sexual
I am.
temperance.
Why would I lie
You
about
have
that?
that means that you have all these characteristic traits in you that is very good. You're a person of high moral character. That's beautiful. What's on the inside is beautiful. But remember, you advertise yourself and men approach. So you want to display a beautiful outside. Just how beautiful you are on the inside, you want to display the outside. I'm not saying that you're not beautiful. I'm just saying that you can elevate yourself more.
He is saying
I'm going to cut it off with that. I'll leave the link in the description. But I'm going to end it with this. See, this is the problem with women that they don't understand. He just proved the point where you're saying like you called him short, and he was not qualified to be with you because of his height. Then all of a sudden, when you never thought once about his character, his height was the most important thing, right? So when a man says that these men that you want don't want you fat, now all of a sudden, well, I never judged his character. Did you judge that man by his character, or did you judge him by his height? This is the reason why so many women are getting Chad struck. They're told, you got to get back, girl. We're all the same, girl. We're at the same level. You're a 10. And she's, like I said, she's not an attractive woman, and she's light skinned. So she could be getting a lot of dudes. But she doesn't want to conform to what she wants because that makes her feel like she lost. That is effinism brainwashing them. That is TikTok brainwashing them, Instagram brainwashing them into thinking that if they just stay themselves, they'll get all their options in the world. And that's not how life works. How do you know this? When women get married and they get fat and they give up, they don't want to put the effort in. What is the first thing they do most of the time when they get divorced? They get back in shape. Why? Because if they want attraction at their age with that many kids, they're going to have to look the part. So let's stop pretending that that's not what it is. You just like to play the game and move it the way you want to, but in reality, that's not how life is. Men visually see it up front. Okay, this is what you look like, then I'll get the rest, they'll know the rest of you. But if you look exactly what they don't like, they're going to look past you. You can get mad at me all you want, and I'm pretty sure there's lots of people who get mad at what I say. But can you debunk what I'm saying? That is a better question. Good night.